it's Pash. Welcome back to my channel, A Dash of Pash. Today we are going to be talking about how to make cauli wings or cauliflower flavored wings. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was not always vegan. When I used to hear people saying that they're eating cauliflower chicken, I used to think, oh no, baby. But I genuinely do enjoy this recipe and I have perfected it, and I hope y'all enjoy it as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
This is what you can. That looks like a brain.
All right, y'all, so let's get started. First thing I want to share is that my cauliflower was going a little bit bad. I forgot about it. I had it for a couple weeks. So what I'm doing at this step is just shaving down the parts that are starting to go bad. But if you have a fresh cauliflower, you don't have to do this. You could just skip this step. So now that I've shaved off all of the parts that were starting to go a little bit bad, I'm going to go ahead and start breaking the cauliflower up into pieces. Now you can do this with your hands, or you can also use a knife and cut them as well. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll break it and then I'll cut it to smaller pieces. So at this point, I realized I didn't shave it all down, so I just took the time, shaved it real quick, and then went back to breaking them apart. As you're breaking up your cauliflower, you're going to get to a point where you don't have much left on the stem. I usually just break the stem off at that point and throw it away. So I'm just showing y'all real quick the size that I typically go for the best wings. You will see some throughout the video that are a bit bigger than this, but that's because I was rushing. I was so hungry that night, so I ended up making some a little bit bigger, but I noticed I like the taste better when they are about the size I'm showing you right now. Now let's move on to making our batter. So I'm using the Hooters batter, but I've made this recipe plenty of times without this batter, but that's just what I was craving that night. So if you don't have the Hooters batter or you don't have access to it, don't worry. You can use all-purpose flour and add seasoning to your flour. Some seasonings that I like to add to the flour are paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and chili powder, and some salt. But essentially, you can season this however you would typically season your chicken batter. The goal is for you to get the flavor of chicken to make your cauliflower taste like chicken. I forgot to tell y'all earlier, but what I did was I mixed the Hooters batter with water, and right now you can see I'm just whisking it up. And I don't really measure it. What I do is I just eyeball it, but what I'll do is I'll show you the consistency of what I'm looking for. So at this point it was a little too thick, so I added some more water. So once you've got your batter all mixed up, you're going to go ahead and get a separate bowl or plate, whatever you choose to use, and put breadcrumbs in it for dipping your chicken cauli wings. Now it's time for the messiest part of this, which is dipping. So you start with dipping your cauli wings into your wet batter, which is your flour and water, and then you move on to dipping that wing into your breadcrumbs. Make sure you're fully coating your wing with the wet batter and the breadcrumbs as well. The more breadcrumbs, the crispier the chicken is. I mean, cauliflower wings are. So previously I showed you me dipping one at a time, but this is how I typically make it. I just throw a bunch of them in the wet batter, mix them all around, and then dump them all into the breadcrumbs. I'm gonna need y'all to get into how good these wings look. Y'all cannot tell me this does not look like chicken. By now, you already know I am the queen of the air fryer. So of course I'm putting these in my air fryer. But if you do not have an air fryer, you can just fry these as you would fry chicken in some oil, or you can also bake them. I've had them baked. It's not as crunchy baked, but if that's okay with you, then go for baked. And since we're on the topic of crunchiness, I found out tonight that all breadcrumbs are not created equally. The ones that I tried were the first time I tried them, and that's only because I couldn't find any other dairy-free breadcrumbs in Publix. I do not like this brand. The brand that I do like is from Sprouts, and it's their brand, so the Sprouts breadcrumbs, but the nearest Sprout to me is miles and miles and miles away, so I was not trying to make that drive. Okay, so here's a quick close-up before I pop them into the air fryer. Y'all, look at this. I'm really gonna need y'all to get into how good these things look. Now it's time for me to put them in my air fryer. The setting I put them on is 400 and at 7 minutes. After 7 minutes of frying them in the air fryer, you're going to take them out and give them a good shake. Y'all cannot tell me these do not look good. So you just shake them up real good, and then you put them back in on the same setting. So that's at 400 degrees for 7 minutes. So while that's cooking, you're going to go ahead and heat up some sauce. So tonight we are doing buffalo or hot wings. Now I'm about to put y'all on to some good hot sauce. But it's not just hot sauce. So we're going to use some hot sauce, any kind of that you like. I do like Crystal, so I'll go ahead and add that to my pan. And you're heating this up on medium or a little bit below medium. You add butter, of course, plant-based butter. Then you're going to add some minced garlic. Now here's my little secret. What I do is I add some pickle juice. Yes, I said pickle juice. It gives it that vinegary flavor that honestly takes the hot sauce to the next level. So at this point, I don't measure anything. I just go based off of how it tastes. This recipe changes, or measurements I should say, changes every time I make hot wings. And then you're just gonna mix that all up. Again, you're heating it up on either medium or medium low. And then you season to your liking, give it a good taste. And if it's too spicy, then you add some of the other ingredients that aren't hot sauce. And if it's not spicy enough, then just add some more hot sauce. But you'll see here, what I'm going to do is just make additional sauce. So I'm going to add every ingredient again because I need more sauce than I initially made. So now our cauliflower is done cooking. Look at this good golden crispiness. Now, if it's not as crunchy or crispy as you like, and you're using an air fryer, all you have to do is just pop it back in the air fryer for a little bit longer until you get what you're looking for. Now we are at the final step, which is to dip our wings into our hot sauce. So you can see I just dropped them in there. The quicker you take them out, the better. It keeps them crunchy. So you just put them in really quickly, turn them over, and then take them out. Before taking them out, you do want to make sure they're well coated. So you'll see here I just scoop up a little bit to touch the places where I noticed sauce didn't get onto them before taking them out. Here is our final product. That night I paired it with some lemon pepper fries. Is your mouth watering right now? Because I know mine is. I hope y'all enjoy. See y'all in my next video.